to Katrina's Creations. This is my 2-year Podiversary. Yes, for 2 years I have been filming podcasts at this point. So for those of you who are returning viewers who have been watching me, some of you since the very beginning, thank you so much for coming every week and watching. And for those of you who are new, welcome to our knitting and crafting and crochet group. I hope you like it. If you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, please click that little red subscription button down below. And if you click the little bell icon next to that, it will let you know anytime I post videos. So let's get started. I've got lots of goodies to share this today, as well as a couple of special things that we're going to have going on in to celebrate the 2-year Podiversary. So let's get started with the first item. And that is my Tega poncho. This is based on the Tega shawl. And I'm turning it into a poncho, and I'm leaving out the section of double crochets. So you can see there's my little stitch marker where I was last week. So I've crocheted a little bit here, like 2 sections. And I'm also crocheting the second of this at the same time, which I didn't do any on this week. I just got this part done. So, yes, that is my Tega poncho. Now we have the actual Tega shawl, and you can see it is slightly different from the Tega poncho in that it has double crochets. And the Tega pattern, by the way, is a free pattern. You can get it right on Ravelry, and I'm not sure if you can get it other places on the web. But anyway, it is a free pattern. So there it is. And I have crocheted on this. My stitch marker broke, but you can see that's where I was. And then I have gone down to here. And the yarn I am using for this is Plymouth Yarn's Hot Cakes. And it is a variegated, as you can see, like a gradient. So it's in navy blues and denims and cream and tan. And the colorway is called denim. So I believe there's 408 yards per skein. So it's a big chunky skein. In fact, I'll show it to you. That's what it looks like. And it's Plymouth Hot Cakes. It is acrylic. It has a little bit of wool in it, but it's mostly acrylic. So that is my 2 crochet projects. Oh, and speaking of the elephant in the room, new glasses. So I can actually sit back a little further and actually read my notes. So this is a good thing. I'm still getting used to them because I wore my other glasses 6 or 8 years. I just kept getting, as my vision changed, I just would change the lenses, but the glasses were starting to show a little wear after that much time because I wear them all the time. So new glasses. So now we'll get into my knitting projects. This is the Cooper Spur pullover, and this is a pattern that I am test knitting for Janine McCarty. She is the Yarn and You girl. She has a podcast. She also dyes yarn. She's a pharmacist, and she designs patterns. And I have knit one of her patterns before. I knit the Yexa shawl that she had come up with. So here is the Cooper Spur so far, and I'll get this close. You can see from my stitch marker how far I have gone this week. I was right here, and I have knit up through here. And I have to knit 2 of these. So, and they're knit from the bottom up. And this is kind of a cropped sweater. However, I'm going to add a couple inches to it just because I wanted to cover my stomach and other bulges. So, yeah. And this is a sweater that has positive ease, which means it's meant to be big and just kind of squishy and comfortable. loose fitting, and as you can see, it has holes in it. It's like an over sweater. It's not something you're going to wear up against your skin, which is probably good because this yarn is slightly scratchy. This is soft, but the maroon color yarn is it's a little rustic. It's not bad though. Once it washes and gets blocked and everything, it'll be a little softer. But, you know, it does have holes in it, as you can see, and it's meant to. It has this neat crisscross pattern, and yeah, you wear it underneath or over top of a sweater or like a turtleneck or, you know, some type of shirt. So that's how far I have gotten on that. And this pattern is not, it hasn't been released yet. Like I said, I'm test knitting and some other people are test knitting for Janine to check the pattern out before it releases. So, yes, that is the Cooper Spur. Then I have the Playadaptation poncho. And yes, I have way too many things on the needles right now. Got a question for you all too. When you're a knitter and you start all kinds of projects constantly, lots of people say they have cast-on-itis, which means you're casting on all these projects. But if you're a crocheter, do you have a term that you use for that when you keep on starting new projects? Is there, you know, is there an equivalent to cast-on-itis? I mean, you wouldn't cast on with crocheting because you chain. Is it chain-on-itis? I'm not sure. Let me know. As a new crocheter, I don't know what the terminology is. But yes, apparently I have had new project-itis, we'll put it that way, because I've got 6 projects going right now. It's a little overwhelming, and I don't know how that happened. And the sad thing is I keep finding other projects that I want to do and I want to start, but I keep telling myself, no, you can't do that. You've got to finish what you've got started first. So anyway, this is the Playadaptation. This is a Craftsy kit. So the yarn I am using, it was, I think I paid $14 or $15, and that included the pattern and all of the yarn for the project. So this is a poncho, and you knit it in 2 rectangles, and then you hook it together. And here it is so far. Here's the bottom. And then it goes across here. And you can see my progress keeper right there. So I have knit a lot on this week. Oh, got a piece of white fuzz. Yeah. So I have knit a lot on this week. And these spots here, you can see there's little purl stitches in between here that form lines. That is where you are going to chain stitch or overstitch up into those channels, so it forms a pattern that makes it look like plaid, which is why they have it's Playadaptation or Pladaptation, is it's going to look like plaid by the time I finish. So I will be knitting one exactly like this when I finish this one, and then they get hooked together and they get buttons down the front. So it's really cute. It's very warm, and this is, it's 100% acrylic. It is sprightly worsted. It's almost an Aran weight. It says worsted, but it's a heavy worsted weight. Yeah, and it's very nice, and I like the way it knits, and it's on sale, which I'll tell you about when we get to the Come and Get It section. But it is on sale right now for $3.16 a skein. So I have that project going on. Then I have another project. This was out of the Interweave Knits magazine, and this is the White Horn shawl. This one I'm coming down the home stretch in. I just finished, let me untangle this. I just finished the last Latvian braid, which is this section right here. It's kind of textured. There's 3 of those in the pattern, so you can see them back here a little bit. I'm holding this upside down because this is the top. And I have to say the top on this is a little weird because it almost looks like this should be the bottom of the shawl because it's kind of more of a point. But if I understand it rightly, this is the top. So a little different. I'm hoping I can kind of block that point out a little bit when I block it. But there it is. It's kind of bunched up on the needles right now. And I do have a black that's going to go in this yet. It has color work at the bottom, and that's where the black goes. So it's in different shades of gray and black. I wanted something just very, very neutral. So there it is so far. And last week I was right here. So I did this section. And the Latvian braid is time consuming. It's not hard to do at all. It's basically the reverse side of color work. But it's just a little cumbersome because your yarn gets really twisted and you have to stop every, maybe 40 or 50 stitches and untwist your yarn because it gets wrapped around itself. So it's time consuming that way. But stitch-wise, it's very, very easy. It looks fancy, but it's not. So, but I do like the way it looks. So there it is. And then my last project is my design shawl. And I haven't officially named it yet, so I'm not going to announce what it's going to be called. But I will show you where I'm at. I didn't get a whole lot done on this week. I finished this main color and I'm back to, I finished the contrast color. I'm now back onto the main color again. So all I have done is just this little bit right here. But this is the last contrasting color section that I did. And you can see the light color here because I'm back to the main color. And this is a shawl that starts out on one side. It's going to be wide. And on the other side, it is narrow. So it's a lot of short rows. And a short row is not intimidating. It just means you've knit part way across, you turn it and knit back again. You don't go all the way across. So it's very, very simple. And I have 5 different colors of the contrasting colors, which are the darker browns. And the color that I am starting next will be this one. These are all Knit Picks palette yarns, which are usually really, really cheap priced. They're 100% wool, they're fingering weight, and they're relatively soft. They're not a super wash. They're 100% Peruvian Highland wool, which is interesting because we had some missionaries stay with us this week who are from Peru. So, and we were talking about wool because they actually have vicuña that are in their area. So that was pretty interesting. So, yeah, I told them I petted a shawl made out of vicuña at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. So anyway, this is 100% Highland Peruvian wool. This color is called Briar Heather. And so the colors are getting gradually darker, and then I have a real dark chocolate brown for the last one. So it's going to have 5 contrasting colors. So that is my projects that I've got going on now. Now we have a fall along, which is pretty much any fiber craft you can think of, including quilting and sewing, that is going on in our Ravelry group, Katrina's Creations. And it is running, it started September 1st, it is running until November 30th. And you can enter anything you want. It does not have to be fall related or fall colored. It can be anything that you have created between those dates in order to enter. And you can enter it in the Ravelry group, or if you're not part of Ravelry, you can leave me an email at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com and send me a picture of it. Or you can do it over on our Facebook page, which is Katrina Knits. Just make sure you write on it that it is for the fall along. So I know that it's not just something you're putting in there. So please just say that it is for the fall along, and I will put your picture into the group. We have a lot of entries right now. I've been totally surprised. And some of them are small projects. Some of them are big projects. We've got anything from little stuffed animals, the little amorigumi, which take a lot of time because they're tiny, tiny little stitches, but we have some of those, all the way up to sweaters and afghans. So, yeah, some people are doing color work, which I have done before, and I want to get back into it and do some, because the white horn shawl that I'm working on has some color work, and I'm excited about it because I do enjoy it. I just haven't done it for a while, so I'm anxious to get back into that. But some people have done some color work sweaters, some color work shawls. There have been some full-sized afghans. There have been mermaid tails that are for little kids, for like blankets that they can like slide into the tail so it looks like a little mermaid. Yeah, some adorable stuff is out there. So if you haven't already, go over to the Ravelry group and check out all the projects that are going on. There is a chatter thread there where you can just go on and talk about whatever. I just ask that everybody keep it clean. And over in the finished objects, that is where you post whatever it is that you have finished. So, like I said, we have lots of entries, and the winner will be drawn after the November 30th deadline, and the winner will receive a West Yorkshire Spinner skein of yarn, and that's the colors, and that is pretty true to color. It has a really nice halo on it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it has a nice fuzzy halo. It's very, very soft, and it's very, like I said, it's very fuzzy. It's got a nice halo. It is 75% wool, 25% nylon, and it is 200 meters or 219 yards. So, and of course it is made in Kiley, England. So it is Air Valley, and it's an Aran weight, but personally I'd consider it more of a light worsted at that. So, it is a single ply. So there it is. And that will go to the winner, and I will be using random.org to draw the winner. So, yeah, there we are with the fall along. Now let me show you my acquisitions. Knit Crate came in this week, and a little confession. I ordered more Hobium yarn. Yes. Yeah, I had ordered the first bunch, and then I caved and bought more because I got an email said they were offering a special sale, so I had to go check it out. But I did buy different fiber than I bought the last time I got Hobium yarn because I wanted to try some of their other fibers. So I have some mohair coming, and I have a variegated, like kind of all different colors, almost like rainbowy type of colors. So and I bought sweater quantities of both because when you buy Hobium, you have the option to click the little drop-down box, and you get better prices the more yarn of that skein or colorway that you buy. So I bought 5 skeins of each. Yeah, but the mohair is really pretty. I'm getting like a sapphire blue. So that video will be up later this week. The shipment is due in today, but it hasn't come in when I'm filming this. So when it comes in, I will film it and expect that video up probably for Monday. So let's get on to what I got from Knit Crate. Okay, Knit Crate this time. The membership box, I got 2 skeins, and this is correct. This is the colorway is called Mouse, and it is a tonal gray, and it's a DK weight. So you can see and this is pretty true to color. So there it is. It is Audine wools, and it is 50% alpaca, 30% merino wool, 20% nylon, and there's 236 yards or 215 meters per skein. So it is so soft, but it's a nice neutral color. Now, what I'm going to put this with, I'll show you some ideas. Okay, it is a DK weight, and it is a gray, but there's a little bit of tannish browns in it. Not a whole lot, but there's some undertones of brown in it. But because originally I was going to put it with this that I got from Knit Crate a couple months ago, which is a fingering weight, and it's gray with black speckles. However, it's a different weight yarn than this is, and when you put the two together, no. I thought these were going to go until I put them side by side and went, nope. Because this gray has more blue undertones, this one has more brown undertones, yeah. That's not going to work. So it's not going with that one. Then this was something I got in Knit Crate a while back, but again, it's a fingering weight. This one, again, no. This has got more charcoal. This definitely has a tannish undertone, and it shows up when you put it up against something that's actual gray. For instance, this is a true gray. There you can see the difference, that this does definitely have a little bit of a tan to it. So then I remembered a while back actually, Knit Crate sent out 2 yarns that were DK weight. They say worsted, but when you compare them to this DK weight, they're DK. But these two together, and this is looking blue, but it's actually a deep, deep teal. So that would look really pretty together. They also sent this one a while back. And again, they call this worsted weight. But when you compare this to this, it's the same. It's identical. I don't know why they put this as a DK. And this is a worsted, because they look identical. Right down to the twist and everything. So, anyway, these two together would be nice. So I'm leaning more towards these two. So we shall see, but that's what I am looking at doing. So that's what I got in the membership box. Now, and they also in the membership box included this magazine, which is, there we go. And this was a first. This was new this month. It has all of the different patterns, the DK, or the yarn that I got could have come in 4 different colors. One was called olive, which of course was a green. One was called mouse, which is what I got. One was called ash, which I believe had a little bit of blue to it. And then the other one was blush, which was kind of a reddish peach color. So I don't know how well they're going to show up. They're not bad. There we go. So there you can see the different colors that it came in. And the one that I got was this one. They not only included the patterns that go to that particular yarn, but they also sent, this pattern is probably, if I make it just a single, I would make this pattern. It's called Huerta. And it's a triangular little shawlette. So I think if I end up using that color as a standalone, this is the pattern that it's actually written for. They send you a crochet pattern and a knitting pattern. But it also had all kinds of other patterns in here. I love this one. It's not meant for that particular yarn, but as much yarn as I've got something I can use with this. But I love that pattern. I think it's really pretty. It's a cowl, but it's kind of like a capelet. So, yeah, that's going to be a definite. But it included this month all kinds. There must be 6 or 7 patterns in here, as well as the sock patterns, information about the dyer, information about the knitwear designers. So I don't know if this is going to be a regular monthly thing or if this was just a trial, but I liked it. And everybody that I've talked to that gets Knit Crate that got this magazine, all of us have said this was really nice because we like having the patterns written out. You used to have to download the patterns, but it's nice having them already pre-written for you. And the whole idea of lots more patterns to choose from is always nice too. So they send me, as well as the one that I buy, which is what I just showed, they also send me a free box for me to review. That one was really, really nice this time. Not only did they send me the skein of yarn, which is called celery stalk, and this is a sock weight yarn. It's a fingering or sock weight. It is 75% merino superwash, 25% nylon, and there are 450 yards in here. It is a tonal green. There you go, you can see it. It's gorgeous. Not only did they send me that, the treat in it this month, because the artisan sock box, which is what they send me for free, is hand-dyed yarn and a treat. A lot of times the treat is something like stitch markers, or I've gotten little post-it notes that were shaped like sheep, but this time they really outdid themselves. Chai-goo needles, and they are long enough to do magic loop with. So that was very impressive, because chai-goo needles can run you roughly $7 or $8. So yes, that was exciting. Now the regular sock box, I don't know that I don't think they get a treat in it, but the artisan, which is hand-dyed yarn, does. So got that. Now what I'm going to put this with, I'm not sure yet. I found a couple of things. When I was on vacation and hit all of those yarn stores, this was some of the yarn I bought at Webb's. Now this is a worsted weight yarn. This is fingering weight. So if I use this, it goes really, really good with this. I do have some other greens to put with this, but I also could use this with it, but I would have to hold it double in order to make it the right weight to put with this, because you don't want to mix weights of yarn. It doesn't look right. It just doesn't work out right either. It'll pull if you knit with two different weights of yarn, the lighter weight yarn will really stretch out compared to this, and it won't hold up. It'll put a lot of strain on the lighter weight yarn. So I would have to hold this double, but it does go really nice with it. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do. And I also need to kind of look through all my yarns, because I know I have some other greens that this might go with as well. So yeah, not real sure, but this is so soft. I want to save it for something special. But the other thought was, when I bought the Wonderland yarns, the mini skeins. Okay, now not all of them go with the green, but look at the two in the middle. And they are the right weight. These two here go perfect with this. So that might be a thought too. I wouldn't put it with these, but those two in the center would go very nicely. So that is my acquisitions. Now let's get on to the giveaway for the 2-year Podiversary. Now the winner is going to receive a pattern of their choice from Ravelry. So you will have to be a Ravelry member. It's free, doesn't cost anything, but the pattern of your choice will show up in your Ravelry library. So it can be, they have crochet patterns, they have knitting patterns, whatever, but you will receive a free crochet or knit pattern up to a $6 value. So the giveaway will run for 1 week only. So next week I will be announcing the winner. And in order to win, all you have to do is leave a comment down below. That's it. Just leave a comment down below. I do ask that you please be a subscriber and give me a thumbs up. But yes, that is all you have to do to enter, is leave a comment, and I will draw from the comments next week, and whoever wins will receive a free pattern from Ravelry from me. But, well, it won't be free from me, but it'll be up to a $6 pattern that you will get for free. So that is the giveaway. Now let's get to, okay, in our Come and Get It section, in honor of the 2-year Podiversary, as well as a couple weeks ago I hit my 100th podcast, All of my patterns are 25% off. You must put the coupon code KC25 to get that 25% off, and that discount will run until the end of this month. And I am wearing one of my patterns right now. I've got on the Keeping You in Stitches shawl, which is one of my favorites. I think it is my favorite, actually. I like just all the lacy stuff in here. So anyway, like I said, all of my patterns are 25% off. The link to the Ravelry patterns is right down below. And also, I have the Katrina's Creations tote bag, which I did not bring up. Okay, the Katrina's Creations tote bag as well as the Katrina's Creations mug are both $4 off, and the link to both of those is also down below. And the $4 off basically will give you free shipping. It'll take $4 off, which is the cost of what you normally would pay for your shipping. So unfortunately, they only ship in the US. So the company that I work through, they don't do international shipping at this point. But to get that $4 off, you need to put in the coupon code KC100. And that is also running until the end of October. So those are those specials that are going on. Now let me tell you about the different affiliate companies that I work with and what they've got going on for sale. Hobium Yarn, which, you know, I'm a big fan of, and because I keep ordering from them like twice in the last 2 weeks. Anyway, they are offering 25% off of select products, but it's only till Monday. So make sure you check that out. That special ends on the 22nd, which would be Monday, but they are on select products giving 25% off. Craftsy has Bernat satin for $2.09. They have Patton's Astra, which is like a sock yarn, for $2.19, and the Sprightly, which is what I am using for both my poncho and the Whitehorn shawl, the Sprightly worsted, they are selling for $3.16 a skein. Knit Picks has their Mighty Stitch yarns are 20% off, and their Mighty Stitch are worsted weight, bulky, and super bulky, and they are 20% off. They are also offering in their a thing called Sweater Weather. So they have certain yarns that they have sweaters quantities of, and if you buy 10 skeins, the price of that skein per skein goes cheaper. So they have that going on. Knit Crate, which I've talked about on my Knit Crate unboxing earlier this week, they offer 20% off of your first box for your subscription, and the link to that is down below, and you must use the coupon code KCreations20 in order to get that 20% off. Lion Brand Yarn is offering 25% off of yarn and kits. Yeah, that's one to check out. And Annie's Craft Shop is offering their knit and their crochet patterns in the clearance section. So check it out. I looked, and they have both knitting and crocheting as patterns. There's some magazines over there as well, but it's in the clearance section. So check that out. And now we come up to our upcoming videos. Last week we had 3 videos because I did the Knit Crate as well as our knitting school. This week we will have Hobium Yarn reveal on Monday, so I will open that and show you what I got. And on Wednesday we will have our next installment of our knitting school, and this week is going to be the final week for doing increases and decreases. After that we will be moving on to cables. Yes, cables. So that's getting exciting. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you again next week when we draw our winner for our 2-year Podiversary. Thank you all for watching, and for those of you who have been with me for a very long time, thank you for coming back each week. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to be entered into the contest. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.